Most tutoring businesses get one of these two right, but they miss the third one completely, which is why their Instagram never converts. The method I developed is called the C method, which stands for Spotlight, Engage, and Enroll. Instagram isn't just about getting followers, it's about actually moving people through these three stages until they're ready to buy from you. Let me break down each stage. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact Instagram strategy I use to scale my tutoring business to $50,000 per month. And I'll break down the specific system that converted cold followers into paying clients so you can replicate it in your own education business. Now, if you're like most tutoring business owners I work with, you're probably posting content on Instagram, but you're not seeing it translate into actual bookings. You might have a decent following, but your DMs are quiet, your inquiries are low, and you're wondering how other education businesses seem to effortlessly attract students through social media. I know because I was there too. When I first started Lisa Study Guides, I thought Instagram was just about posting pretty study photos and hoping somehow people would find me. But once I cracked the code on what I call the C method, that changed everything. We went from struggling to get inquiries to having a wait list of students wanting to work with us. I'm gonna walk you through this exact method that took my business from 5K per month to 50K per month. And I'll show you the three stages that make it work. Most tutoring businesses get one of these two right, but they miss the third one completely, which is why their Instagram never converts. The method I developed is called the C method, which stands for Spotlight, Engage, and Enroll. Instagram isn't just about getting followers, it's about actually moving people through these three stages until they're ready to buy from you. Let me break down each stage. The first stage is Spotlight. This is about getting discovered by your ideal students and putting yourself on their radar. I remember spending hours creating what I thought was amazing content, detailed study guides, perfectly formatted tips, beautiful graphics, and I'd post them and maybe get about 20 likes from the same people who kept liking my posts. I was stuck in this echo chamber where only my existing followers saw my content. The breakthrough came when I realized that only two content types actually grow your audience: Reels and carousels. Everything else, stories, regular posts, they're great for engagement, but they don't actually expand your reach to new people. But I was still creating content about what I wanted to talk about, not about what my audience actually wanted to see. I learned this the hard way when I posted what I thought were brilliant study tips and nobody was engaging. Then I discovered what I call the pillar cluster method. You take one core idea and turn it into multiple formats. So if I had a concept about essay writing, I'd create one reel showing the technique in action, one carousel breaking down the steps, and one story set asking questions about it. This meant I was getting maximum reach from every single idea, and the algorithm started recognizing that my content was resonating across different platforms. The second stage is Engage. This is about building connection and creating genuine relationships with your audience. I used to be one of those people who kept everything professional on Instagram. Study content, tips, promotional material. That was it. I thought showing any personality would make me look unprofessional. But then I noticed something. The tutoring accounts that were actually growing weren't the most polished ones. They were the ones where you felt like you knew the person behind the scenes. So I started sharing behind the scenes content, my personal struggles with building the business, my failures and mistakes. I'd post about my cat Miso, my weekend activities, my thoughts on education. This wasn't random personal stuff, it was strategic vulnerability that made me relatable. The game changer was Instagram stories. I started using polls, questions, and interactive stickers consistently. It's not what should I post next, but deeper questions like, what's your biggest struggle with English essays? Or how do you feel about your university goals? Now, I thought this was just about getting feedback from my audience, but there's something much more powerful happening. When you use polls, questions, and stickers, you're creating engagement on the platform, and Instagram's algorithm prioritizes your content to the front of the queue. Instagram's algorithm recommends and pushes the content you are most engaged with, not just the content from the accounts you follow. Think about it. When you start following a brand new account, but over time, if you don't keep watching their videos and stories, if you stop liking, commenting, or engaging with them, do you notice they slowly stop showing up a lot less in your feed? That's because Instagram measures engagement. And it's called social media, not just media. So when people were constantly engaging with my stories through polls and questions, Instagram was learning that my content was valuable to them and it would show my future content to them first. This created a snowball effect where most of my engaged followers would see everything I posted, engage with it immediately, which then told Instagram to show it to even more people. This gave me incredible insights into what my audience actually wanted, and it made them feel heard and understood while gaming the algorithm at the same time. By the way, if you want to see exact content templates and story strategies I use to build these connections to hack the algorithm, I've created a DM conversation blueprint that shows you step by step how to turn Instagram followers into paying students through strategic conversions. This blueprint includes my proven 8-step conversation framework that I use to convert my cold followers into bookings, plus the exact scripts and templates that made it work. You can grab the DM conversation blueprint using the link in the description below. The third stage is enroll, and this is where I see so many tutoring businesses completely miss the mark. I used to think that posting testimonials and showing my qualifications would be enough to convince people to book with me. I'd screenshot 5-star reviews and post them with captions about how great my tutoring was. But people weren't booking. They'd engage with the post, they'd follow me, but when it came to actually paying for tutoring, something just wasn't clicking. Then I realized something crucial. People needed to experience what it was like to work with me before they'd be willing to pay anything. This is what I call future pacing. You want people to experience your teaching style, your personality, and your results before they book a session. So I started posting snippets of actual tutoring sessions. Not the whole thing, but 30 to 60-second clips of me explaining a concept to a student, showing their aha moment, or breaking down a complex idea in a simple way. This was powerful because parents and students could literally see what they'd get if they started working with me. I wasn't telling them I was a good tutor. They could see it for themselves. I also started creating what I call social proof carousels. Instead of just posting a screenshot of a testimonial, I create a carousel showing the students before and after results, their journey and their testimonial. This told a story, not just sharing a review. But the real breakthrough came when I changed my DM strategy completely. I used to wait for people to message me first. I thought that was the more professional, less pushy way. But then I started sending direct messages as soon as someone followed me. Not just a generic thanks for following message, but something personal. I'd look at their profile, see what they were interested in, and I'd send them a relevant free resource. For example, if someone's bio mentioned that they were in year 12, then I'd send them an essay planning template with a personal note about how it helped my students improve their writing. This moved them from my Instagram follower to my email list immediately. And once they were on my email list, I could nurture them properly through valuable content until they were ready to book. But the real magic happened in the DMs when people inquired about tutoring. Instead of immediately sending my rates and availability like I used to, I'd ask questions. What subjects are you struggling with? What's your biggest challenge right now? What are your goals? I diagnosed before I prescribed. By understanding their specific situation, I could position my tutoring as the perfect solution to their exact problem, not just another tutoring service. The C method, spotlight, engage, enroll, transformed my Instagram into a nice to have, into my most powerful lead generation tool. But what made it work wasn't just the tactics. It was understanding that Instagram isn't about selling, it's about serving. Every post, every story, every DM was focused on how I could help my audience, not how I could get them to buy from me. When you approach Instagram in this way, something interesting happens. People start reaching out to you. They start referring their friends. They start engaging with everything you post because they genuinely value what you're sharing. The students who came to me through Instagram were also my best students. They already knew my teaching style, they trusted my expertise, and they were excited to work with me. This meant higher retention, better results, and more referrals. So if you're a tutoring business owner who's been treating Instagram like a billboard for your services, I want you to try thinking about it differently. What if instead of trying to get people to buy from you, you focus on becoming the most helpful person in their feed? What if instead of posting about your qualifications, you posted about content that could help them in their studies today? What if instead of waiting for inquiries, you started the conversations. The tutoring businesses that are scaling to $50,000 per month on Instagram aren't doing it because they have the best qualifications or the lowest prices. They're doing it because they've mastered the art of building relationships at scale. Now, if you want to implement the C method in your own education business, you'll need the exact conversation system that makes the enroll stage actually work. That's where my DM conversation blueprint becomes essential. It's the missing piece that turns Instagram followers into paying students. The blueprint contains the complete conversation framework I mentioned, including how to diagnose before you prescribe, the exact questions to ask, and the scripts to position your services as the perfect solution. Since I've already mentioned it, you can grab the DM conversation blueprint using the link in the description below. And if you found this valuable, make sure you watch my next video where I review the one strategy that doubled my tutoring business revenue, and it's not what you think. I'll see you there.